Hi everyone, and welcome back to the third video in my Back to Basics Fun Fold series. So the idea behind this series was to make a load of different fun fold cards, but quite nice and basic folds and things, nothing too complicated, but that they all fitted into a C6 envelope, which means you can just use your cardstock, use whatever papers you've got, but then you just buy the envelopes then and they'll all fit into the same one. So far we've got a couple of nice easy ones, a nice gatefold and a fold back. So we're going to go a little bit more complicated. When I say a little bit, I mean tiny little bit more complicated, because still there is nothing too tricky about this. I thought we've had a feminine floral, we've had a fun vibrant summer one. Let's go masculine this time, and I'm using Coastal by Knitwits. So we've got this lovely nautical theme. We are going to make a WV card. Now, I've made a few of these. I really like them. They're so dynamic, so fun. They look brilliant, but so easy to do. And I've made my toppers this time 4x3, which if you're a Graphic 45 fan, and I know a lot of other collections like Echo Park, use 3x4 inch journal cards. So this is perfect for those. So I'm going to set this aside for now, and we'll just go through the basics. So I've got a piece of A4 cardstock, and I'm going to get my trimmer. So all these cards just use a trimmer and a scoreboard. So you don't have to go out and spend fortune on supplies either. So for the WV, I've got the long edge in my cutter. I'm going to cut it at 5 3/4. I'm going to turn it around, and I'm just going to cut it at 8. We're just getting rid of that 1/4 of an inch. Otherwise, we're going into 1/16 of an inch, and it's no longer a Back to Basics card. Oh, we don't want to finish yet. Okay, so your topper can be whatever size you want. And as I said, mine is 3 inches wide. The height doesn't matter, but it's 4 inches tall, my journal cards. So I'm going to cut it just a 1/4 of an inch bigger. So whatever my topper is, I'm going 1/4 of an inch bigger. So 4 inch tall. So my black cardstock is 4 1/4. My journal card is 3 inches wide. So I'm going to go to 3 1/4. So that would be a matten layer for my 3x4 topper. But before I cut it, whatever I've got, 3 1/4, I'm now going to double. So 6 1/2. I'm going to keep this. I'll do the scoring on this one first, whilst we're on this one. So remember, it's 3 1/4. So I'm going to put it in my scoreboard with the 6 1/2, and I'm just going to do a 3 1/4. So I'm cutting, scoring it in half and folding into a mountain. I'll burnish it in a second. Then my other piece, I'm placing the 8 inch in, and I'm just going to score it into quarters. So 2, 4, 6, 8 is the inch. So let's just do it. Don't think I pressed hard enough. There we go. So as I said, this is a Back to Basics. Very easy measurements. And again, it will fit in your C6 or A6 envelope. Right, this one has got now 4 strips. So I'm going to score mountain, valley in the middle, and a mountain on the right hand side. So we're just making 2 mountains. And let's just bring our scoring tool, and we're just going to burnish those lines. Don't have to worry too much about scoring them flat. There we go. And now it's just a case of matting and layering all of them before we assemble it. So for this one, same as I've done in all the other cards in this series, I am just going down a 1/4 of an inch for each panel. So because I've got mine printed out ready, they should fit straight away. But should you have your own papers, you're using a Graphic 45 or whatever you have available, you're just going to cut these with your trimmer 1/4 of an inch smaller. So my card is 5 3/4 tall. which means I've gone down to 5.5. They are 2 inches wide, so the width of each of these decorative panels is 1 3/4. So let's just cut them in to shape. There we go. So now I've got 4 panels to go there. So if you're using a pattern paper, you'll just use a trimmer, and you've done that in a lot less time than it took me to even cut those out. So just to hide any of those white edges I've created where I've missed, I'm just going around with my black soot distress ink, and see the white edge there where I haven't quite cut accurately has now disappeared. And I'm using black because my base cardstock is black, so it sort of camouflages in. So even though I said we're starting to get a bit more complicated, this one really isn't. As long as your base is scored in 1/4 and your topper is in 1/2, you don't have any issues with this one. So let's have a look. Let's make sure they're all the right way. Let's glue them onto the base. So around the edge, and a wiggle down the middle. And we're going to place it down, and again around the edge, and a wiggle down the middle. And again around the edge, and a wiggle down the middle. And one more. I'm just going to take my bold folder, and this is 2-fold. It makes it nice and flat, and it also spreads the glue underneath out to get more even contact. There we go. So that's the base of our WV. And then we're going to make the topper piece. So again, these are 3 by 4 inch journal cards this time. And we're just cutting them, keeping them flat today. But what you can do here is, this is where you can start to decoupage some pieces up. So if you've got more than one copy of the card, you can cut one up and take some elements and lift them up. But for today, we are staying back to basics, and we are staying nice and flat. And again, some black soot just to hide those white bits. And that's okay. And now let's have this one on the right and this one on the left. There we go. And again, just spread it out. And I said, now, if I had another copy, I could lift up bits and go for some decoupage, but I haven't this time. We're keeping it just to the basics. I do have some boards. So if you wanted to do some more decoration on the backs, you can add some borders, you can add some buttons. You want to do that before sticking down your topper. So I've got some bordery bits just to make it look a bit more interesting on the back, so that the outer panels look slightly different. Now I'm not too worried with the black and white this time, because I lost, where did the other piece jump off to? Not sure I had two just now. Watch now, I'll look at the video back and I'll spot where it went, but at this very moment he seems to have run away. Ah, here he is. So I'm just going to do the edges this time, because it's going on white paper, it's not too much of an issue. Okay, so just a wiggle down the middle. So that's going to go there. So do we want it? Actually, we can fit it on the edge of this one. Do we want to go? Let's go right to the edge then. So it could have gone in the middle sections. It doesn't really matter with this one. This is just a bit of decoration. Okay. So I'll go there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip my topper. Oh, sorry. Right, so flip it vertically. So we're going to flip the bottom to the top and top to the bottom, and I'm going to line that score line with the score line down the middle of my base behind, and I'm going to apply glue to the right hand section of the score line on the right hand side. So see the score line coming down here? I'm coming off to that, and here on the left hand side I'm going to glue it to the left of that score line. And we are going to then just flip it back up, and again line that score line up with the score line of our topper piece, and pinch it down. So what's going to happen now is when we lift it, that middle one's going as a valley as we trained it earlier, but the topper one's going to come as a mountain. So you're going to get that sort of effect. So you can see why we call it a W V card. So there is the basics. And just for fun, let's grab, any circle punch would work here, but I printed mine at 3/4 of an inch. So I got a 3/4 of an inch circle punch, and I'm going to punch these out. Punch some cardstock as well. I'm going to just ink the edges. Well, I've only done 2. So this could be anything in your patterned paper. By turning it upside down, you can see where your punch is. So you can look through your papers and see what matches. So in my case, I know I'm cutting out these buttons. I know, so it's easy. You just go into punches. So turn your punch upside down and you'll be able to punch it exactly where you want. Just need to charge up my ink. There we go. And now I'm going to glue these. Onto here. So what I'm making is some embellishments on my own, which means it's all going to coordinate nicely. So I can just put them on. You can overlap top and bottom. But what you don't want to be doing is going off your card base. So let's just there we go. I could add some more. I think I'll leave it there. I do also have a sentiment. I had a fancy one, a fancy shaped one, which I would then back onto there. I got these small celebrate. I think that's a fun play on words, so let's go for that one. And just give it a bit of a black border. So I could 3D mount that if I wanted to there. So when it comes out, it'll be stuck there. But I'm going to go flat. But because it's going to be sticking off, I'm just doing the top and the right hand side, because when I flip, it'll be on the left. So sticking onto this one. There we go. So when it folds, it looks like that. And there we go. That is the back to basic version of the WV card. And again, just like the others, it is going to fold flat and it is going to fit into our C6 envelope. So even though we've got 4 layers, it will go flat. If you wanted a place to write, you could put a piece of white cardstock on the back. Alternatively, you could do something here, not have an image there and have space to write if you wanted it on the front, because it would go onto the mantelpiece, you'd show that bit. Up to you, there's options there as well. So thank you for watching. If you're enjoying these back to basics and just a reminder, some fun cards, or you're just making a batch of cards, perfect for batch making Christmas cards. So I think I'll have to create a Christmassy themed version of this. Please share your versions with me. You can do that by taking a photo and sharing it in my Facebook group called Paper Crafting with Paul. There's other inspiration there. Other crafters will have done the same, so you can have a look at what they've done. And if you have enjoyed, please help my channel by hitting that thumbs up and the subscribe button. It really will mean a lot, and it'll help my channel at the moment because YouTube's algorithm does not like us smaller channels. So please, any help, those comments, those thumbs up, the subscribers really do help. So watch the videos over and over again. So thank you for watching. Hope it's inspired you, and I can't wait to see your versions. So I'll see you all again very soon.